Hey there, it's Mary with Mary's Stampin' Cafe. Thanks so much for stopping in on my Saturday Stamping uploaded video. I'm really glad you stopped in today because there's something special to share with you that's coming up starting June 1st. I am so excited to share with you this beautiful suite of products by Stampin' Up! Called the Inked and Tiled Suite. In this suite of products, you have this beautiful inked and tiled stamp set, which is such a beautiful stamp set with great sentiments, as well as some wonderful kind of sketchy images. You also receive these two interesting punches. They're shapes and geometric shapes. They're very fun. They're part of that suite. If you get just that one number, you get all of these products together. This beautiful Lost Lagoon ribbon, it's very much, I feel like it's very much like a linen. It's just a beautiful texture. And then the Inked Botanical 6x6 pack of Designer Series paper. Now I have a sampling of each of those papers to share with you. The wonderful designs in this package. 6x6 packages have so many beautiful designs. Look at all those colors. Now, colors that you see in here that are so beautiful, you have Crushed Curry, the Lost Lagoon, and Calypso Coral. Such nice colors together. And then on the other side, you have a beautiful sampling of the colors as well, a more muted tone, as you can see. Just beautiful. Now this suite of product is in the new annual catalog, the 23-24 annual catalog, and it can be found on page 94 and 95 in the annual. And you can see how creatively they're using the punches, using the stamp set and the beautiful Designer Series paper with all of their samples here on this page. And then of course it then shows you all of the things that are included in the suite. Whenever there is a suite collection, you'll see the suite collection. It's a 2-page layout, and it has that one item number for you, that when you put in that item number, that is the price for all of those products that I just shared with you. The Ink and Tiled stamp set with the punches, the beautiful Inked Botanical 6x6 Designer Series paper, and this lovely, beautiful Lost Lagoon bordered ribbon. Now, I have a quick and easy card I'm going to share with you today, and then I also have another fun fold. It is a bonus day on my Stampin' Saturday today. I am doing 2 cards for you. One being super quick and easy, and the other one kind of a fun fold. Focusing and highlighting that beautiful, beautiful Designer Series paper. So for my card today, I am using Crushed Curry, Calypso Coral, and Lost Lagoon, which is a returning color, which is so fun. I do want to let you know, if you're not a subscriber, to please click that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of my Stampin' viewers. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate you being a subscriber. Now, I have a piece of thick basic white, 5.5 by 4 1/4, scored, or 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a 5 1/4 by 4 Lost Lagoon, and another basic white at 3 3/4 by 5 for the inside of my card. I then have a piece of that beautiful Inked Botanicals Designer Series paper, and that is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. The Designer Series papers are going to be the star of our show today. I am so excited. I'm going to just let you in on the secret. You may have heard already, but beginning on June 1st through the month of June, Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper are 15% off. That's right, they're going to be 15% off. So I have a piece that's going to go just like that. I'm going to have it being tilted just a little bit to give it a little more interest. There we are. That Lost Lagoon and paper go so well together. Then I'm going to bring this in. Going to take a look at some of our images here. I'm going to pull these. And I think I'll pull this one too. First going to bring in this Lost Lagoon. Now, Lost Lagoon is going to be extremely juicy. It is a brand new stamp pad, and so I'm probably going to stamp off. So I'm just tapping very lightly, and when I stamp here, you can see how deep that is. But look at how beautiful a second stamp of that is. So I'm going to come in, and I'm going to have this coming just like so, and I'm going to bring another one in like so. Isn't that pretty? That is so beautiful. Next, I'm going to come in with my long flower here. And then I'm going to grab Calypso Coral. You can make such beautiful, rich cards when you have such gorgeous colors that coordinate so well together. I'm going to stamp to take a look at what I have. All right. Now this one's going to come up. And kind of really go in like this. I love that these are kind of over and on top of each other. It's just a great look. We'll set that one aside. And then our crushed curry. I'm going to take a look at this flower here. Make sure I have no other ink on it. I'm going to bring it in. There we are. I'm going to bring in and get a little bit of these flowers. There we are, just like so. It's kind of a collage of colors. So let's take a look what we have, just like this. Here we go, it's just kind of a collage. And that's what's so great about this stamp set. It's gonna come here like so. So pretty. Love it. Now I also have for this, I have a circle that I've already done up, and I'll talk to you in a minute about why I already have this. But this beautiful sentiment on here, and I think I'm going to have it coming over here like so. Not sure. I don't want to cover up too much of things, so I do think I'm going to come over here with it. Just like so. But first I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. So now I have your attention talking about a sale. That's right. A beautiful, beautiful sale that's going to be happening the whole month of June. That is just wonderful. 15% off many of the designer series paper. And I'll talk to you a little bit about that and which ones are part of that sale. And that's looking good. What I did is I just simply took a longer piece of ribbon and I folded it over. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clip it right here where it's looped over. There we are. And then it looks like I have many, many tails. Just like so. Like that. And that's what I would like to do. So then when I do that, I have my two pieces now, which are very easy to adhere down. Just put some adhesive I'll fold these two, lay them down. Now I don't want to go much past the edge of that card because we want to be able to get that in the envelope. And yes, if you are hearing the jingle jingle, that is my laundry. The laundry telling me that my load is finished. And then what I'm going to do is just get some dimensionals. My dimensionals are going to go around. I don't want to go in the center where I have a lot of that ribbon already. It's kind of balling up here, and I don't want to have a dimensional then on top of that because my circle then will be all wonky. And so this is going to come sit right in here. I come down just a little bit more. There we are, just like so. Look how pretty that is already. I think that's great. Wishing you comfort. And then when we open up and take a look at the inside of our card, I have this fantastic stamp set. Oh, if I could talk today. It's the Hope You Know sentiment set. It is a wonderful one. If you've watched any of my Facebook Live replays on YouTube or any of my YouTube videos, I've been kind of going to this stamp set quite a bit. I absolutely love that it's a partner set. Wishing you comfort. May you find peace in the days to come and in loving thoughts that surround you. Hello, friend. You are my sunshine that brightens so many days. Thinking of you today and the day after that and the day after that and the day after that and so on. Ah, that is so, so great. Truly, deeply grateful. Just saying thank you doesn't seem like enough. Hope you know how much your kindness is appreciated. This is such a great go-to stamp set. It should be on your list when you go online June 1st and shop for your, 15% off. 15% off all of those wonderful artist drawn, painted, designer series paper. Now I will show you and clarify which ones are going to be 15% off because not all of Stampin' Up's designer papers will be discounted. So Stampin' Up has 6x6 packs of the different color groups, brights, subtles, rich regals, earth, natural tones, right? Those are the designer papers that are not on any discount. But the beautiful 12x12 packs and a couple 6x6 packs like this, Inked Botanicals, are 15% off as well because they are those, I would say, their core collection of designer series papers. I'm going to bring this one back in. And I'm going to stamp a little flower there and a flower up here. So beautiful inside. I love doing the layered cardstocks inside, especially when I am using basic white. To open up a card and just have it stamped here when you've added weight to the front makes this back here seem a little flimsy. So it's fabulous to add this rich Lost Lagoon piece to layer in because it just gives the card so much more richness and it seems more complete to me. Isn't that a nice touch to do those layers inside? I always say the inside of your card should be as special as the outside. Now, I'm not finished with this at the moment, and let me tell you why. I want a little bling on here too. So I just have some of our iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Don't even know if we carry these anymore or not, but you know, jewels are universal. You can have any kind of jewels you have. What I like about these is they pick up and cast whatever colors they're coming in contact with, and that's what I love. So I've got two, and they always say you need to work in odd numbers. So I want to see where I might have this other little one just come in. I'm going to have it come in just right there with that flower, almost like a little glint gleam. That is beautiful. I like the big bold ones in the center of those flowers. Just a great touch. Now, let's see how quick and easy was that. Just do a collage of your images. This circle may seem a little bit large, but again, I had this for another reason, and I think it actually goes in there quite nicely. I added the, excuse me, the textures of color here, and I just love it. I'm gonna clean up my ribbons. Excuse me. Love that. It's a wonderful card to give to somebody who is hurting. It just is soft and beautiful. Quick and easy, right? Well, I've got another great card to do with you today and share with you. And it is a kind of a fun fold. It's this card here that I want to share with you. It has a little belly band here. And I just had a Fancy Fold Friday fun class, and this was one of our cards. The belly band slides right off. Then you have that beautiful designer series paper that coordinates so well together. And when you open up, you have your beautiful sentiment, and it folds back right up, and belly band goes right back on. Just like so. I thought I'd share and do this card with you today, so you can go ahead and try it yourself. And let me share with you here. We have a 5.5 by 11 card base. And then I have a piece of 1 by 9.5 for the belly band. Then I have some other parts and pieces in here, of course. Now I used the 2 3/8 new punch. That's with the circle sayings. And I already have that punched out. I have a small piece here. It's 5.25 by 3 7/8. No, this is the 5.25 by 3 7/8. Excuse me. That's going to be for the inside of the card. This is my scrap for doing my beautiful sentiment and flower. I'm going to be scoring. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I've taken the cutting blade off. That is something that is really helpful when all you're going to be doing is scoring, is to take off that cutting blade. There's a little slot down in your trimmer, right down here, that you can then take out. Right here, you can take it out and always pop it back in later. All right, so as I'm taking a look here, I'm going to, on the long side, I'm going to score at 1 3/4. Easy, easy measurings here. 1 3/4, 5.5, and 9 3/4. Now, one thing you need to know when you do fancy fold cards, you're always going to have to probably put the arm of your trimmer out or have your scoring board. That is another way to do it. Now, with this here, all we need to do is to fold our card. And I do this every time I have to figure out what I am doing. Here. And here, just like so. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just use my finger. I do have my bone folders, but they're not handy at the moment. There we go. And so I have my beautiful things here. Now, if you want your card to go this way and open like this, you just have to remember that you want to do it that way. I, for some reason, like the way the card looks this way. Even though that seems to be a backward opening, that's okay for me. I just like the look of this being over on this side, okay? So now I have this beautiful piece of this designer series paper. This is 5 1/4 by 1 1/8. I will put the measurements down in my link below for the video so that you can recreate this if you'd like. That's the first one that's going to get glued down, but see, that's even pretty too. But I want to see more of the Calypso Coral since that is the base of my card. And I'm going to put that down balanced on either side. There we go. Then I have a 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. No, I do not have a 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. Oh, I'm sorry. This is my 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. I had already said that 3 1/2 there for that. But I do not want that to show. So I am going to turn it over and have this beautiful deep one to show there. And I think that goes really well too. I just don't feel like those two kind of go together very well. It's a little bit too much of the same colors and too much kind of that same patterning. So by bringing in a nice deep color here, so that was that 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. And then I have my 5 1/4 by 1/8. Now I could have that same one come over here like so, and that would be a really nice look here. But then I thought, what if I turn and put that there? And as I look at that, I have to decide for myself, do I want these 3 patterns like this? Or do I want to keep things pretty even Steven? And I have to tell you for myself, I like this. So I'm going to go that way. I'm not feeling real brave today to go outside of that comfort zone of liking things to be very balanced. And so there's my beautiful look. If I bring the one in that I did earlier, this one is much softer. Have that matching that, like these two here, much softer. This is much bolder, and I just think that's great. Just think about all the different designer series paper you could use to create a completely different looking card. You could have much more blues, or going into the greens and the pinks for real like birthdays and fun celebrations. You can go a softer, earthier tones, right, for kind of get well, different occasions like that. So I just think it's a great way. Same layout, different designer series paper, a winner every time, for sure. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. And this little stamp right here will make a perfect stamping background on our belly band. So I'll grab the Calypso Coral. Now I want this belly band to have a lot of these little flowers on them. I don't know that you could really call it a flower. It's kind of like the little, I would say like the little inside of a flower possibly, where the pollen is. But I just want there to be a lot of these little guys on here. Even in between these. Because once you put the belly band around, they really seem like they're spaced out. And you're not really seeing it too much. So we're just going to really give it a lot of these little sprinkles, I would call them, I guess. All right. Now when it comes to putting on the belly band, I do have to apologize, but I do not measure. I know I said it's 1 inch by 9 1/2, so you can wrap. What I do is I just lay it down center, and then I go ahead and I fold one side. I'll come and fold the other, just like this, and then I'll give a little pinch on either side, slide it off, and now I'll go back and do my little press down with my nail or with my bone folder. Now I've got a belly band. Just like that. Easy peasy, right? Okay, well now I'm going to bring in this piece here. And I was doing the wishing you comfort, but I think I'm going to change it this time. I'm going to do hello friend, and you are the sunshine that brightens so many days. I like that one. I'm going to watch and see because hello friend is pretty tiny here, seems, but it's bold, and I have another hello friend here. That's what makes this fun. So many decisions and choices. But I like that one, so we'll go with that. Put this on, and I'll bring in the Memento ink. Whatever I'm stamping my sentiment on the front of the card, I always make sure that's the same color that's on the inside sentiment of the card. That just helps keep everything all coordinated well. So the other thing I'm going to do is bring in the Calypso Coral and this flower again for a cute little accent inside. Because remember, the inside of the card is just as special as the outside. But I do know I want to stamp off. Do I want to stamp off? I think I do. Put just a little bit of the flower right down there. Isn't that pretty? I think that's really pretty. Oh, don't want to put that away. Now I'm going to bring in this piece right here. Same idea that I did on the inside of the card. I'm going to stamp off and then stamp this right in the middle, just like that. So now when I use my sentiment, the hello friend, the hello friend will stand out. I'm going to see how bigger the hello friend is on the inked and tiled. You know what? I think I want to use the hello friend of the inked and tiled. It's just a little bigger, and I think it'll just show better. Let's see how we do. Now this hello friend is pretty fine line, but it's going to go right here. There we go, hello friend, and that stands out pretty well. And that is from the inked and tiled stamp. All right, now I need my punch. Do-do-do-do-do-do. My 2 1/4 punch is floating around. Floating around on the table right here. If everything was right at our fingertips, it wouldn't be entertaining. So now my circle here, my hello friend, I just want to make sure my hello friend is straight for sure. There we are. And now that's going to get glued on to the front of the Calypso Coral 2 3/8. 2 3/8. That's what's so nice about that circle. That's part of the Circle Sayings bundle. 2 3/8 is a nice large circle that you can use as that layer of color. And then use your 2 1/4 or use your layering circles and finding that one. Now, always need to remember that when you put the inside of your card in, this little piece is going to determine where you put this piece. You don't want to put it here because remember our card is going to open up like so. You want it to be here. It's one thing about fancy folds, you got to be careful. If you're using designer series paper that has a top and a bottom, you want to make sure, like this here, these stems are going up this way, so that it wants to be on the going up, right? Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our belly band, put the belly band on. I love this card right now. I love the choice of designer series paper. I love this flower. Okay, once I do that, I'm going to, on the back here, take my Stampin' Seal. And this Stampin' Seal is coming to the end. It's being a little finicky. You can also use your Stampin' Seal Plus for this. There we are. Now that we have that, I am going to put dimensionals right along here. I'm not putting them on the circle because I want to make sure my circle is put on straight and put right in the center. So put those right there. Then I can go ahead and bring this in and put the circle right in the center, just like so. That is beautiful. Now I want to go ahead and use the embellishments that I used for the quick card that I made you. And that are those beautiful iridescent rhinestones. Just love how they catch that light. So I am going to actually be putting a few of them on the flowers on the belly band because that's just so much fun. The belly band will get them. The circle's gonna get a couple. Put one up here. Oh, this is so fun. And I think I'll put one right down over here. Right kitty corner to it. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I'm not sure. There we go, right there. Just commit. Just commit to it. Decide and stick it down. Right? There you go. Just decide and put it down. All right. Well, let's take a look here what we have. Clean up my mess a little bit. Always getting a little mess. I did go ahead and punch out the 2 geometric punches that you can bundle together with the inked and tiled stamp set, and you get a 10% discount when you do that. But this is how they punch out. There's this one here like an X, and then there's this one here, which is like 2 squares that have been tilted on each other. And what's interesting is you can lay them right on just like that if you wanted to do something fun like that. That's kind of fun. All right. So let me take a look. And show you the 2 cards today using that beautiful inked botanical 6x6 designer series paper. This was our quick and easy using the inked and tiled stamp set, the beautiful Lost Lagoon ribbon, using the Hope You Know stamp set, which is that paired sentiment set, I've been using that a lot. And then we have this really beautiful, fun, fancy fold with the belly band comes off. We can open it up, and you are the sunshine that brightens so many of my days. I really like the boldness of this one. Even though it's the same Calypso Coral, and really keeping the monochromatic of the Calypso Coral, I love. I'm a monochromatic fan. This was my original one using the same designer series paper package, but just using different. So now think about creating this card utilizing the papers that have the Lost Lagoon, and you can make a Lost Lagoon base. I tell you what, your creativity is endless. It is going to be so fun during the month of June to be able to get 15% off designer series papers. Let me remind you of the papers that'll be on sale if you just go back into your annual catalog. All of the designer series papers on page 129. The bright and beautiful, countryside inn, delightfully eclectic, earth and elegance, fresh as a daisy, glorious gingham, the inked botanicals that we just used. Oh, beautiful paper. Let's go fishing and lay shops. Not done yet. Masterfully made, stargazing, and zoo crew. So page 132 is the end. So papers from 129 all the way through 132 are the designer series papers that will be 15% off for the whole month of June. There's no limit to the numbers of designer series papers you purchase. You can order other products with your designer series paper purchases. It is going to be fabulous. What else is fabulous, you say? Well, you see the host code that's right there, right there. That host code you see right there, during the month of June when you shop with me, you will be placed into Mystery Hostess Drawing. That's right. For every $25 you spend, you will be put in as Mystery Hostess chances. You'll get tickets into the bucket to earn all the hostess benefits for the orders for June with that hostess code. Now, if you just do the links below, the shop with me links below, that will already have the hostess codes attached to it. You won't have to worry about putting it in and adding a host code. It'll already be there. Thanks so much for stopping in with me. I'll also have a link to my blog. My blog post has more information about the designer series paper sale in June. Shows you a few of my favorite papers and projects I've made with my favorite designer papers that are going to be on sale. And it explains about the Mystery Hostess chance. Okay? It also tells you about cafe coin rewards. For every $25 you spend, you earn a coin. And when you get 20 coins, you get lots of free products. So check out those links below, you guys. Why not shop and earn rewards, right? And now June is great. 15% off designer series paper and chance for Mystery Hostess, and of course your cafe coins. Hey, let me know what you think of my cards today. Did you like my quick and easy card? Did you enjoy watching and creating this great fancy fold card with the belly band? Remember, I'll have the measurements below so you can recreate this card yourself. In fact, I'd love to see what cards you create with the designer series paper that you purchase at a 15% off discount. So until next time, guys, happy stampin'!